How we doing? How are we doing? Has anyone gotten sick of that song yet? Because I've been playing that song at the start of every single live stream, and it hits every single time. Like that is like my favorite like instrumental song that I've found so far. If you guys got any good recs, let me know. Silly Led first, what's good? Banana Bread Tan, yo, nice username. Decan, what's good, bro? Not too late for you tonight? Good to see that you stayed up. To be fair, I've actually been streaming a bit later, actually. Like, I remember when I first started, I was doing like 6:30, even 6 a.m. streams. Now it's like closer to 8:39. Maybe I can move that forward a little bit once I'm finished with 75 hard. But yeah, we'll have to see. Slyfawn, what up? Hope you're doing well, bro. Good to see you've gotten up nice and early as well. You were in the co-working voice chat since like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I swear. JMD, what's good? What's good? What's good? So yesterday we actually made quite a decent amount of progress. I've just opened up the app factory and I already see a problem, but apart from that, we made a decent amount of progress. So if you haven't been following, basically what we had to do was we literally perfected this app factory, right? Where it just produces multiple apps in a day, and you're able to, all you have to do is go in and press a few buttons to manually submit it, because the Apple API doesn't allow you to submit through the API. So you have to manually go in and press a few buttons. However, what's really interesting about this is it does the full workflow from AI like research and ideation. Like it looks on subreddits, it looks on X, and it looks at pain points. If people complain about maybe their script writing is taking too long on YouTube, like I know like for me, script writing does take a while. It takes like half a day. Maybe you could create a product for that. Maybe you create an AI script writer. I don't know. But that's like just an idea of how the idea is generated. And then it basically goes through this meticulous phase of steps where each AI kind of talks to one another and builds this app. And we've got some pretty decent results out of it. Now, a few things I do want to actually talk about because, you know, I want to future-proof this concept, right? And obviously there's a lot of elephants in the room. We've got Apple review times have spiked in the last week. Apple review times have spiked. You've got the CEO of X, right? I forgot his name. It's not Elon. He bought X, but he's not the CEO. There's a guy, he's the CEO of X, and he's been complaining about how Apple's review times, every time they make an update, is getting longer and longer. And that's because of these vibe-coded apps that are coming out. Recently, I've noticed myself when we're like submitting our apps into the App Store, that they are also taking a lot longer to be reviewed. So that is definitely one of the hurdles that we need to look into. But the other big thing that I'm realizing is that you can kind of see right here, we've had Warranty Vault in the review stage for like ages now. It's been like 10 days. It might even have maybe like 7 to 10 days ish. That is not normal. It usually only takes 48 hours. So I'm not entirely sure why that is. We just submitted MatchMind yesterday. And so the other thing that I kind of want to discuss is, and I sat down in my bed and I was kind of thinking about this last night. And I mean, I feel like that's where you get your best ideas, right? When you're kind of just in your bed and you're thinking about shit. Or when you're in the shower, you're having a shower thought. But I kind of realized, like, hang on a second. This idea, this concept, autonomous app factory, it's pretty like ahead. I would say it's like a advanced frontier idea. Like you wouldn't have been able to make this like 6 months ago. You know, it's because of what's available and what's out there that has made this a possibility for me, at least, especially with vibe coding. You know, you've got Openclaw coming out with orchestration. You've got Agent SDK from Claude Code. it's just like Opus 4.6 is like really good at making apps. Like there's just, you wouldn't have been able to do this at this level 6 months ago. So I started thinking like, what are the other areas at which I feel like are a bit primitive right now in what I'm doing? And it kind of hit me where I was like, hang on a second. I am a bottleneck. I am actually a bottleneck for this app factory. Like, you know, AI is moving at such a rate. It's able to produce at such a speed. And me only working on this every time I live stream is actually a bottleneck, because it could move so much faster if it was 24/7 running. And so what I'm kind of excited about doing and implementing is loops. I think in order for, and I kind of thought about how this would work, because obviously, you know, if you fully let AI just do everything, then shit could break. So we need to figure out backups. We need to figure out, you know, how it's going to operate. What areas is it allowed to work on? But I think if we can combine, because at the end of the day, I'm not too fussed about how many AI tokens I'm spending. At the end of the, I just want this to move as fast as possible. And so if we can create loops, I'm thinking like we've got the auto researcher skill by Kapathy. We've got the get shit done. We've got obviously Ralph Wiggum. It might be a little outdated now, but there's so many ways to get AI to just continuously churn out updates in code. And I really want to experiment with the auto researcher skill by Kapathy, because it makes a lot of kind of experiments and it tests them out, and then you kind of come back to what's worked and what hasn't. And I'm just kind of considering like, how can I implement that into my Vibecoding artillery? Because, you know, I am a bottleneck, and I would like to be able to come on the live streams and see that there's actually additional shit done on top of what I've already done. Does that make sense? They are rejecting your apps willy-nilly too. Yeah, that as well. To be fair, I haven't actually looked too deep into these two. PantryPal and GymSnap are the two that got rejected. Only, I would take it with a grain of salt, only because PantryPal and GymSnap were both built on an old loop. Because we ran the app factory on multiple loops, right? And every loop, we notice improvements to make on the next loop. So these two, PantryPal and GymSnap, were built on the very first loop of the app factory, which had a lot of bugs. It was through these two that we were able to move forward and get Plant Pulse and Split IOU submitted and ready for distribution. That being said, I do want to get these two going, but I'm probably just going to do this in my own time, because it requires some, I guess, sensitive data and just manual work. So I'll probably just do this off stream. But what's chat saying? When sleeping and vibing, the shower is goated for ideas. Bro, the shower is the best place to come up with ideas. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Something about the water on the back, on your head. Like, I'm not entirely sure what it is. Shower, it just hits, man. Yep, bed, shower, toilet, my idea generation trio. Yeah, we gotta create a loop. We gotta create an autonomous loop for Slyfawn that simulates beds, showers, and toilet breaks, so he can just be this unlimited idea generation machine. Silly Led wants a 24/7 stream, bro. That would be crazy. A 24-hour stream, like, that's actually low-key. One day I want to do that. I want to do a 24-hour stream. We're going to build up to a 24-hour stream one day. It could be like a challenge where it's like, I tried to build an app within 24 hours or something like that. Or like I tried to build an app and get my first customer in 24 hours. That could be a cool idea. Yo, I'm actually open to that, Silly Led. I probably need a cameraman, but that's a cool idea. I'm going to actually add that to my list. I'm doing well, Automator. I hope you're doing good too, bro. Also, I'm close to submitting my first iOS app too. Just got to submit my info to Apple to be able to take the money. Yeah, you got to fill out some forms. It takes about maybe 20 minutes. I can vibe and want work. How can I get leads? Ask, reverse prompt Openclaw or your AI tool that you're using. And just do whatever it says. But Reddit's a good place to start. I'd always recommend Reddit if for beginners. Set up Honcho Memory too, Doobie. Honcho Memory. Man, every time I come on the live stream, there's always a new trending tool. What's Honcho Memory? Automator Lab. I made a PWA with Codex 5.4 for a project that I'm developing. Then I'm using ChatGPT to help me specify an enterprise software that I want Claude Code to eventually build for me. Interesting. That's basically how I like to operate as well. I go back and forth between Claude and Codex and create the product requirements document. Senor, how we doing, brother? All right, let's chuck some music on and let's get started. But yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts. Damn, we're 12 minutes into the live stream already? I was yapping for freaking 10 minutes. You lose track of the yap sometimes. You know what I mean? Slife1 knows all about that. Hey, Tim Combridge, how you doing, bro? Another day in the office. So let's look at where we left off yesterday. I kind of forgot. One big issue I've realized is we're getting stopped at the review phase. I'm assuming that is because Codex does not have the API. So let's do something here. I actually kind of forgot what all of these were. They had context on certain specific things, but let me just see. I notice every time an app from queue into active project, we lose a lot. So if I refresh, interesting, it's taken out. Things are breaking as per usual. Time flies when you're vibing. Yeah, for real. It'd be like that. How's the marketing going? Yeah, we talked about the Larry skill in the DMs, Senor. Very aware of that. Planning to do marketing for the app factory after there are less bugs to fix. Because that way we can just focus on one thing at a time. It's not good to like split attention up, you know? So if I do marketing simultaneously while trying to fix my app factory because it's breaking all the time, I feel like it's just, I'm not going to get, they're both going to be mid results, you know? So I just like to focus on one thing at a time. Once the app factory is producing apps to a good level without many failures, maybe 1 in 10, I think is kind of where I'm at in my head, then I'm going to focus fully on the marketing. So one thing that I noticed is that in the idea queue, we had a lot of ideas. There was idea validation, there was market research, there was keyword generation. Now I'm noticing in the idea queue, none of the apps have any of those details. And so I feel like what you did actually broke what we built, and it didn't really fix anything because I'm looking at Focus Flow AI in the active project section and it's not showing those additional data points. I think what I might do is I'm going to open up, I get Codex here. Go all the way to the bottom and just say here. I'll just say, please review. Please review. That's basically all my vibe coding consists of. Just going back and forth between Codex. Please review, please review, please review, please review. Codex 5.4 extra high. I think I do have extra high. Yeah, you can see right here. Honcho feels like the closest thing to persistent memory across all terminal sessions for me. It uses my local model on my PC to reorganize my convo with me and Claude duplicates cross-machine context. Interesting. How long have you been using it for, Automator? Yo, does fast mode actually reduce its yo, senor, does fast mode actually reduce its capabilities though, or not really? Because I was under the impression that if I used fast mode that it would actually be like a bit dumber. Is that the wrong idea? Am I thinking about this the wrong way? I had it make me custom firmware for the AI glasses. It took 4 hours. That's funny. Wait, one prompt took 4 hours? Bro. It's a long prompt. I love that. Nowadays, it's like, damn, something took me 4 hours to build. Oh my God. Like back in the day, dude, software developers taking like months and years to build what they're trying to build. You got Senior over here like, man, it took me 4 whole hours, man. Have you tried Claude Dispatch? No, what's that? I think we need a reset. Create a new. Yeah, it was one prompt, but to be honest, it had to rewrite firmware for these AI glasses for the company called Omi. The firmware that came with it was unusable. Omi AI glasses. What's that? Haven't heard of that before. The hell? Dude, this looks crazy. Are these just like the knockoff versions of the Meta glasses? Oh, they look a bit wonky though. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how you'd... I just realized I wasn't sharing screen. There you go. I don't know how you'd rep those. Dude, that is like mad heavy, dude. How much are they? Wait, the Ravens are 600. I don't see the Omi ones. Maybe they're not in Australia yet. Yo, you can get some $18 AI glasses. 4K camera. Damn, $18, bro. That's a steal, bro. I'm about to get me a pair of these, man. I'm actually about to get me a pair of these, bro. Ain't no way, bro. $18. No freaking way. Dude, am I the only one that's like genuinely thinking this is a good deal? Dude, if this actually works, then why the hell are we paying Meta $500? Dude, it's $13. No way, dude. Bro. Dude, honestly, business idea. All right, you buy a pair, like you buy like 100 of these, right? And then you vibe code your own software to make these just like really convenient. And then just run a local model in the cloud to answer super basic questions. And then just mark the price up to like 100. Boom. You're welcome. Giga brain idea right there. Nah, there's always a catch with those, man. There's always a catch with those. Careful, doobie, they won't be actual 4K for $18. Very common on AliExpress to me, like 4K, 100,000, a lumen torch, etc. And it'd be like hot garbage. Nah, yeah, I'm just playing. I'm just talking shit. But in my head, I'm thinking, damn, even for $18, if it has cameras inside of a glass that you can record footage with, for $18, even if the footage is ass, I feel like that's a pretty good deal. I love that. Joshua asks, Senior, are you a software engineer? Senior replies, I'm 14, lol. That's funny. Or sell them as meta glasses, become a resale warrior. App review used to take 1 day, now it takes a week because everyone vibe coding and dropping apps every 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to say that I may have been of influence, but the moment I started making content around Apple apps, man, hey, all of a sudden the review time goes up. All of a sudden the review time goes up, man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, for $18, it sounds like a decent tear down and reuse this hardware type thing. Yeah, it's not bad, right? $18, bro. I'll do that. So, alright, one thing that we need to fix. QAPA is now fuzzy matching. Post ideate copier uses latest match. Same precedence everywhere. All paths scan forward, so later entries overwrite earlier ones. Let me give this a refresh. I want to see, can we push the changes to the dev server? I want to see that it works. Doobie, how come so many of your apps have to do with ADHD? Whoa, what's going on here? What do you mean? We got Plant Pulse, which is probably for like housewives. We've got Match Mind, which is probably for when you turn 18. Yeah, don't be downloading this app until you turn 18. All right, Senor, this is not for your age, right? Match Mind. Then we got Posture Pin. That's probably for like people like me. Gym Snap is for the gym bros. Pantry Pal, anyone that likes to cook. Split IOU if you want to share bills with your friends. Warranty Vault, probably for the dads of the world. Dude, what's going on here? This is the old app factory. Read Claude.md. Okay, I need to make sure that we don't run into this problem again. The old app factory and the new app factory keep kind of getting confused. Alright. Let's go ahead and archive this chat. We'll get a new one. This is going to be the Codex Reviewer again. Let's try out this super fast thing that you guys are raving about. There we go. Okay. Read Claude.md to understand the context. Currently, we have Focus Flow AI going through the build phase. However, it is stuck at 40% at the review phase, okay? Now that leads me to assume that in the review phase, we usually have Codex come in and critique the app. And that tells me that Codex isn't actually working right now. And I think it's because we're using the Open Router API, which might be out of credits. So is there a way for us to actually use Codex through OAuth? Because I'm talking to you right now, your Codex. How can we get you to connect to the app factory? Kind of how we've got Claude connected to the app factory. I think it was Claude CLI. Oh, maybe I'll send this first. Give it all the information. How can we make sure this confusion between old and new app factory does not happen again? So 3 issues here worked. I'm assuming this was yesterday, right? Yeah, it was. You are a reviewer. What do you think of this? So get Codex to review. I did kind of want to get him to build, but it's alright, we'll get him to review for now. Yesterday you were working on some Focus app. I mean, right now we're working on Focus Flow, which is an ADHD app, yeah. Turn your chaotic thoughts into clear action plan. So this is an ADHD app, Focus Flow. This is true. We've got Plant Pulse, which is probably for housewives. Had me laughing on the floor. Hey, you know what? It's not even true because like I literally use it. I literally use my own app to freaking notify me when to water my plants. It's kind of funny. Like it's actually been of use for me because I keep forgetting to water my plants. So having a notification pop up saying it's time is super, super convenient. How much do you pay for AI each month? Around, it's gone down actually. It's probably around 600, 700 bucks a month. It's gonna be nice to see you make profit on this app factory. Dude, tell me about it, bro. We got a long time coming on that. We're overdue, bro. We're overdue for a win. Damon, what's good? Popping in. How come you use Codex to review and not Opus? I think Codex is a really good reviewer. It's better for bugs. Damon has said. And then I think Opus is a better like agentic coding partner, to be honest. I feel like Opus, I saw Alex Finn's video and he described it quite well. He was like, Opus, you can cut its leg and it will drag itself to the finish line to complete your task. But with Codex, if it stubs its toe, it'll roll over on the floor and start crying. I was like, that's a funny analogy, man. I see that. What would you say the success rate of your apps from the App Factory are? I mean, it's too early to say because we're still in testing, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of the 7, two are complete, 2 are rejected, which we can fix, and then 3 are in review. So yeah, but it's honestly too early to say because there's too many bugs. Is this the file system details matter here? The workspace is on a case insensitive Mac volume. Okay. Love Alex Finn. Yeah, he's good, man. Actually, I want to try and I would love to collaborate with him on a video. I got a full idea. I was thinking like you could do Openclaw hot takes or AI hot takes, and then I have him and I just like kind of punching through them, and I just pick like the best ones on X. I'm planning to email him this idea. I don't know if he'll reply, but wish me luck. Alex Finn, man, if you're watching, we should collaborate. Doobie, is the plan to leave the App Factory on 24/7 and not worry about it? Yes and no. The thing with the biggest issue that we have, I mean, it's not really an issue, but the API for Apple doesn't let you submit apps. So it can fill out the metadata, it can literally build the app, it can do everything up until the point of pressing the submit button and filling out the privacy policy. That's what I've found. So the idea is to kind of, Apple lets you have 5 apps in review at a time. So you can have a max of 5 apps. So ideally, in an ideal world, what I could see happening is you have the App Factory running, and then every morning you wake up and review what apps have been made, maybe write a few things that you want to tweak, and then submit it into the App Store. And then once the app is reviewed, you just kind of keep going. So what happens is once it's in this active project section, once it's submitted, it comes into here. It's waiting for review, but if it doesn't get accepted, it's gonna come back into the active projects and it's gonna bottleneck it. You can see up here, we've got build speed. You can pick 1, 3, or 5. In active projects, if there's more projects than what allows in the build speed, it's gonna stop building any new apps. This app in your active projects are being developed autonomously? Yes, sir. An AI hot take with human and AI and see if you can spot the difference. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Then how automated is the App Factory? I thought you were pumping out like 1 a day, lol. I mean, the thing is the last 4 days, we've had to rebuild the entire App Factory because I found out that the way that I built it wasn't scalable. Like I couldn't have Tim just randomly download this app and it start working on his laptop because of the way that I built it. So I actually had to rebuild the entire App Factory from scratch. So that's been the last 4 days, literally just rebuilding. Like we're still rebuilding it right now as we speak. I'll spam your name in his live stream. Let's go. Let's see if he notices. Why don't you use browser use for that? I mean, we definitely could implement that for sure. That's not a bad idea. The main thing with that though is like I manually test every app. So I download it into TestFlight and I like that at the end. It literally does 80 to 90% of the work. And then right at the end, I just come in and I do that last 10% where I test out the app. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm comfortable releasing this to the App Store, and then I press submit. Like that's how I feel. If it was completely autonomous, I don't know how I'd feel about that, because I'm still opening the app and it's like 80 to 90% built. There's like that 10% of love that you need to give it. You'd need some form of HITL touch points before it finishes design, build, QA, testing, etc. too, right? Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've actually got that. I'm not entirely sure what HITL means, Tim, but we do have like QAs built into the actual phases. So you can see here it's in the review phase. So this is actually the phase after Opus 4.6 builds the app. We have Codex in this review phase reviewing the app that it's built, and they go back and forth. And unless the app scores an 8 or higher, it doesn't pass the review phase. And it does this a maximum of 3 times. If it doesn't pass even the third one, it actually stops completely and waits for human intervention. Was it specifically Tim that could not download it? I feel targeted. Bro, you can have 2x Codex OAuth, but you just need 2x 20 USD plans. That's super cheap. One is for Openclaw, one is for day-to-day coding. Then you can get Minimax subscription for the fallback, 300 USD a month. Why is everyone so obsessed with Minimax, bro? Do I need to look into this? Like, why is everyone like... I keep seeing Minimax in the chat and I'm like... Is this one 2.7? Minimax. I think it is. 18th March 2026, yeah. Oh, they didn't even have 5.4 yet. Dude, can I just say, ChatGPT jumped from 5.2 to 5.3 to 5.4 so fucking fast. Like, I swear 5.3 wasn't even out for more than a week. Don't use OpenRouter. Why? 30 cents per mil. What about using Minimax with Kilo code? I've been hearing a lot about Kilo code as well. Apparently they got open Kilo Claw as well, is that right? Where do you guys look up like benchmarks and stuff? Like I know OpenRouter's got theirs, but is there another one where you can look at like AI model benchmarks? I'd be curious to see where it ranks. Oh wow, Codex 5.3 actually finished the quickest. Actually beat Opus. Minimax still going. I feel like a better test would be Kimi. And then this would be Quen. You'd compare it against the AI, the Chinese AI models, right? What's the latest one? Is it this one? They got such lame ass names. 3.5 plus. Damn, Kimi, man, that's actually so slow, dude. What the hell? Okay, Quen and Minimax. See, I was under the impression that Quen was really good. So why are we thinking Minimax is better than Quen? Like, look at Quen's pricing, dude. Yo, Analog. The links don't work in the chat. They usually get, like, not shown. There's a subscription where it's equivalent to Claude Max 200 USD, but you only pay 80 USD. Artificial analysis, is that the benchmark you were talking about? Let's have a look. Quen finished fastest there. Oh, nice. Interesting. I would not have thought Gemini at the top there. Part of me wonders if they pay for that. Coding index. GPT Gemini? Dude, what? Nah, I don't believe this, dude. I don't think Gemini is better than Opus, man. I don't know how legit is this. I don't think Gemini is better than Opus. I just don't think that at all. There's no way you could convince me that Gemini is better than Opus. Is it maybe a agentic index? So Minimax is here. This is interesting. Damn, this is by I forgot that brand name. Kim is here. Where's Quen? Minimax is here. Dude, Quen should be on here, man. Is it not on here? You got GLM5. Oh, there it is, Quen. The graph is true, but I won't say. You might be getting served by a more slow provider, Ninja. Opus is definitely better. The Minimax subscription gives you 100 tokens per second, but more expensive. Gemini is pretty decent, not gonna lie. I like using it, but yeah, Opus better. You can choose coding. M2.7 is really good value. Honestly, I'm gonna run my business off of it. You can add models if you miss some. This is cool. I'm gonna use this site more often. Thanks. You got arenas, models. This is a leaderboard. Man, I don't know, man. Gemini 3.1, like, I don't know, man. I've used it a decent amount, and it's not my preferred model. Does anyone actually use Gemini 3.1 like as their main AI tool? Because right now I'm using ChatGPT as my main AI tool and Claude. I do find Gemini is good when it comes to analytical reports. Like if you're looking at data, it's able to write good reports. That is what I have found. OpenAI, personally, and you guys are probably going to hate me for this, I think ChatGPT, and it might just be because I've worked with ChatGPT for over a year now, so it knows me really well, but it actually is good at writing content, I've noticed. Opus is the most flexible when it comes to writing because I'm able to, create .md files in a specific form and order and really be flexible with my workflow. I can download skills. So Opus is good in that regard, but that's kind of how I'm using these three. GLM5, Minimax, like I haven't really. Grok is like, man, you only really use Grok if you're not big on AI and you just have a Twitter subscription, to be honest. I tried it a bit, but the tokens run out so quickly compared to Claude or OpenAI. Dude, yeah. Google 3.1, it's really expensive, man. Like I got hit with like a $60 bill the other day. All I've done is generate like 5 or 10 different, like I've used VO3 and Nano Banana for like my YouTube videos. That's it. That's all I've done. Trusting a benchmark, classic Vibecoder mistake. Yeah, for real. Gemini only for images. Yeah, I agree. All right, we're all under agreements. Opus is best content writer. Stop capping. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I had Opus and Codex write me 2 scripts. And Codexes actually felt way more natural to me than Opus. Gemini is really good at front end. Yeah, I would agree. Gemini Flash is also really good. Yeah, I agree on that as well. I use Gemini Flash for all my apps because it's cheap and reliable. All right, let's actually fix this, shall we? Let's give this a refresh and see. Only showing a few research metrics. Missing a lot. I might as well just give it a screenshot. Where are the score bars? Where are the real world pain points and sources? Where look at the old factory setup, specifically at how the research layout looks. We need to copy that exactly. The only difference is our research is done through web search and X backwards. Real data points, live data, real data live points. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Kimmy is slow. I feel like they nerfed Kimmy, man. Surely your opinion matters more about content writer than actual 100 writers who actually write novels and such for a living. Surely you know more. You're such a dog, Nose Knight. I like 1 million context window of Gemini, even older models. Dude, I'm convinced that when they first release a model, that it is the best in that moment, and then they nerf it. They get everyone hooked, and then they nerf it a little bit. I'm fully convinced of that. Because I swear it is better at the start when they always release it for the first time, and then it gets shitter. And I'm not sure if that's like some sort of biasy that we have, because like we learn to do more and more complex tasks with the model, and maybe that's why we feel like it gets dumber, because our ideas get more complicated as the tools improve. Used to get Kimmy for $1 a month. Good times. Those were the days. Those were the days. All right, so we got this going. The next thing is in here. Okay. Did we do the auth fix? All right, let's get this pasted in here. We wrote this prompt earlier in the live stream. We just forgot to send it. They nerf it until they have to bring it out for the next release. I see that. It's like nerfed. It's like it plateaus, and then the next release comes up, and then it plateaus, and then the next release comes up, and it plateaus. I totally see that. All right, we got codecs there. We got this there. I think the next thing, you know what would be really cool? If you could combine codecs and Opus in the same chat. Because now I'm finding a problem where I just go back and forth the two instances, and it's kind of annoying. What if they were both in the same chat, talking to each other, and they gave you an output before, like, and you didn't have to like go back and forth? Does that make sense? Yo, Veras, how we doing, bro? Welcome to the live stream, man. You should read the description. That gives you a full rundown of everything that's ever happened in my entire life since 3 months of age, up until the young age of 24 years old. Got a whole ass draw my life in that description, man. Dude, you guys remember those times? Remember the draw my life videos? Those are fucking good times, man. All right. Do you watch Bridgemine, Doobie? Not really. I pay attention to him, obviously, because he's in my niche. But I don't really watch him. What are you building, Onk? Damn, bro's calling me an Onk. Jeez, am I really that old? Do I look that old? Why not set up 2 agents on Openclaw and make them talk? I mean, that could work as well. But I kind of want like a coding terminal. I feel like an IDE might support that maybe. Also, you can use your codex powered Openclaw to talk to Claude Code probably. Yeah. But it's different, you know? There's a different when you're talking to Openclaw versus Vibecoding through an IDE, you know? Low key, might build that shit myself. I'm actually gonna do that. Open project. Quick start. I'm gonna call this multi-IDE. Now we're just gonna work on this when nothing's happening in the app factory. All right, this is gonna be not the priority. Oh, that was cool. Yo, I just saw something cool. Yo, I just saw something cool. Have you guys heard of GStack? Here, let me show you. Check this out. Quick start, I go multi-IDE, GStack. I'm pretty sure this is the co-founder or president of Y Combinator, if I'm not wrong, Gary Tan. Use Gary Tan's exact Claude code setup, 15 opinionated tools that serve as CEO designer. Yes, done, man. I've heard very good things about this. I'm actually this is in my Claude code skills video. Let's give it a go. I just call it multi-agent. Hey, question. How does one get the UI dashboard for your app factory? Did you make it? Is it open source? It is not open source. I did make it, and I will be looking to monetize it actually. Yeah, at the end of the day, this is a challenge, road to 100K. So the plan is to monetize this app factory to whoever wants it, really. At the end of the day, it's no pressure, you know. I have literally built this entire thing through my live streams. I've like unintentionally like weaved in how I built this. So if you really want to go through the effort of building it yourself, you can always look through my live streams. Have you used Kapathy's auto research yet? I have not, but we talked about it at the very start of the live stream, and I want to implement it into the autonomous app factory so it builds cool things. All right, what's this? Manual trigger only. Okay. So one thing that I'm noticing is an inconvenience is I use Opus and Codex at the same time, and I go back and forth between the two on ideas. Now I'm thinking, what if we could create a coding terminal that includes both Codex and Opus? And so every time you type in a prompt, they both discuss and they both come back, and based on an agreed answer, it spits out an output. Can we build this? I want it to support just your normal CLI, Codex CLI, no APIs or whatsoever. Users should be able to come in here and just use it using their OAuth, plug and play. I want it to be quite user-friendly. Like, don't show too much code, you know what I mean? Like, as a non-technical, I want to lean into the agentic and vibe coding experience. So we want the UI to feel friendly towards that group of people. Needs to connect to GitHub and be able to look into repos, so we can build on top of projects that are already existing, and it's easier to create new ones. Also, I keep adding. Also, the ability to have multiple instances, so I can have, let's say, 2 terminals working on the same project, maybe different features, is also something that I'm looking for. It could just have different branches and commit separate changes. But yeah, look into how Conductor actually does the multiple instances thing, because I really like how they do it, and I think we could kind of copy that feature that they have. Also, the ability to change models, within Claude, you have Opus, you've got Sonnet, you've got 1 million context Opus, and then on the Codex side, you've got 5.4, 5.3, 5.2. So the ability to switch between the different models that they provide. All right. We'll just let that cook. I'm honestly really grateful for AI. It has improved my user space and so on. Like being able to make my own apps and some for others. Yeah, no, it's huge. Bro, what's your product? I can't find a link. The left side is called Conductor. This is my developer environment. What product are you talking about? Which plan do you recommend for $250 a month? Just get the Claude Max plan, dude. It's like $2,000 worth of value for like $200. They're subsidizing it with the money that they raised from venture capitals, so they can get more users into their space. If you use their API, you're paying normal rates, and if you did the same amount of work that you would to maximize the Claude Code Max plan subscription, you would be paying like $2,000, $3,000. So yeah, Claude Code Max plan is really good. All right, I'm gonna lock in for a bit. Still only showing a few research metrics, missing a lot. Is complete and correct. Score bars, pain, fixed in the session. Here's what I fixed. Still need the actual blocker. The research pipeline needs to produce data. All right, let's AI ideate 1 and see how we go. I am AI ideating 1 new idea. We have, okay, the current Mindflow AI review stall is real open router billing failure, not just a guess. Yes, you can switch review to native codecs. The important discussion is you cannot directly reuse this chat session inside the, but you can run codecs locally on the same machine the way you run Claude CLI this Mac. Can you implement this into the app factory without breaking anything? Actually, go plan mode. Let's plan this out first. Consider the configurations. Do settings need to change? Question mark. Three safeguards. Okay, cool. What's dual AI terminal saying? Great, I've got all the research back. Here's what I know. This could be something we could test out the auto researcher on. Auto researcher Kapathy. I think we test it once we build the first base of the product, but I think that'll be fun. The app currently being worked on is Focus Flow. Turns your chaotic thoughts into clear action plans. So you basically just speak to it and say like what's in your head, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and then it splits it up into like actual tasks that you can execute on. The AI came up with this idea all by itself. Why is there mind flow? Focus flow, they sound so similar. Maybe because they are. They're the same. Mind flow and focus flow are the same app. So why isn't mind flow removed yet? Even though once it's moved up to active projects. Doesn't make sense. Did AI ideate break? Research. Wait, what? API error. Why is OpenRouter being used for research? I pressed AI ideate and nothing happened. Here are the logs. You can see that it used OpenRouter and failed. Like I said, we do not want to use OpenRouter for research. We want to strictly use real live data. OpenRouter just uses data based off of AI's own training models. We don't want to use this. So we were meant to have removed this already, but it isn't removed yet. So please fix that. And then 2, I'm noticing like it says the research is validated for all these things, like it's showing mind flow, it's showing omni collect, it's showing clarity flow, but it's not showing a new idea. The whole point of AI ideate is to come up with a new idea that isn't in the idea queue already. And so when I toggled 1 on the AI ideation, it should come up with 1 new app idea entirely. It looks like it's just gone ahead and researched the apps that are within there already. I'm not sure if you had something to do with that, but yeah, what's going on? The flow of the app factory is broken. Yo, GStack. Finished. Let's have a look. Duo code. I like that. Dual AI coding terminal. Use Claude, Opus, and Codex side by side, switching between them for ideas. This app eliminates that friction by putting both in one interface. Every prompt goes to both models in parallel. They discuss, and you get one synthesized answer designed for non-technical vibe coders who want a friendly experience, not a raw terminal. The dual flow, Claude, Codex, stream progress, synthesize steps, send both response to Claude Sonnet, combine the best of both into one answer, final answer shown to user. UI layout. Nice workspaces. I like that. I think that's good. Only thing I would say is let's make sure that we use, I gotta look in my scripts now. I'm sharing my secret sauce with you guys. Front end design, this one. But I think this is how to install it. All right. Then I will go ahead and say, be sure to install the, what was it called? UI design? Front-end design. Front-end design skill for UI. I agree with everything, but run the UI through this first. What do you work on besides the app factory? That's not your main hustle, right? I mean, it is. Bro, how did you jump from 33,000 in profit from day 16 to 19? Watch the live streams, man. Watch the live streams and you'll know. Like, if you watch the first 15 minutes of each of those live streams, it'll literally tell you how I did that. And it would probably give you a more detailed response because I was in the moment. What do you work on besides the app factory? Yeah, so basically the app factory is what I plan to monetize. But I mean, my full-time routine is literally Vibecoding apps, making content, and learning more about AI. That's literally me full-time. That's all I do. And I'm also doing 75 hard, which requires me to do 2 workouts a day. So that's literally all I do with my time. Every day, all day. Keeps me busy. I don't have access to the / plugin command or plugin marketplace. Those aren't built-in features of Claude. Could you clarify me a specific? Let me do it here. Claude. Yes. And then I'll just do it myself. Oh wait. / plugin marketplace. And then we can do this one. What is App Factory? App Factory is what you see on the right-hand side, where it autonomously builds apps for me. It researches it autonomously, builds it autonomously, even submits the metadata. Tim says I vibe workout. I watch AI generate me, do the workouts to save me having to do them. Save so much time. Vibe workout, hey? Vibe fitness. Just go to the gym. It doesn't have to be generated by AI, lol. AI generated gym, bro. It's in the metaverse. You should check it out. We all hang out there sometimes. I just installed it. The front end design skill in my terminal. Have a look. Nice. All right, we've got that going. Here's what I fixed. Problem 1. AI ideate validated existing ideas instead of discovering. Now. Okay. Let me get, what's this? Let me copy this. I'll say review codex plan. Done. Approve. AI muscle factory coming soon. Any times for marketing content creation for products? Any tips for marketing content creation for products? Yeah, don't overthink it, bro. Marketing is literally how can you get the word out? So just get the word out, you know? You don't need to overthink it. You just need to post on Reddit. You need to post on whatever platforms have the highest discoverability. Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Just keep posting on there. That's all you got to do. That's marketing. People overthink it. Like, oh, you got to do this and you got to make sure this. And it's like, no, the way you're going to learn, don't do too much theory. The way you're going to learn is by just doing. You're going to do it and you're going to realize, okay, this only got 50 views. So next time I'm going to try this. Oh, this only got 20 views. Next time I'm going to try this. This one got 200 views. Okay, let's try another one of these. Okay, this one also got 200 views. And that's how you're going to learn marketing. Like, you don't think about the theory too much. Just go out and do it, you know? And while you're in the space, you're going to soak up theory from people. You're going to soak up theory from other people, what they're doing, AI UGC, you know, AI slideshows, Larry Brain marketing skill. You're going to soak up all these ideas while you're in the space. You know what I mean? Just, you got to do it though. At the end of the day, there's only so much theory that you can do. The most you're going to learn is from actually going out there and doing it. What can you say now, reflecting on the 47 days of live streaming and building? Was it worth it so far? Dude, of course it was, dude. I've literally made $47,000. I've created a community that I really enjoy hanging out with. Every time I work, I used to work by myself in my lonely apartment. Now every time I work, I have a bunch of people I can talk with. It's like a virtual workspace that we've kind of got going on here. So it was 110% worth it. The amount that I've learned and changed in the last 41 days, that you can go back to the live streams, go to day one, and you can see the literal difference from then to now. Not only was I fatter back then, I've also got a nice haircut now. See that shit? I think I was actually fresher back then, I'm not gonna lie. I was getting more haircuts. I had a better barber. But I do think my life has changed, and I feel like I look at the world differently due to the last 47 days. And I would highly recommend anyone who is thinking about it to do their own build in publics and start vibe coding if you haven't already. Implemented. Also, Mindflow is back in the queue. Can we create a bulletproof system so that when an app moves from idea queue to active projects, it is no longer in idea queue? Because I don't know what's going on, but it's still there. Let's just go ahead and show a screenshot. Okay, randomly 2 apps have just been removed for some reason. Randomly, as we were discussing, 2 apps have just been removed. Look into this deeply. Don't make mistakes. Give me a plan on fixing, and I'll have Codex review. Dude, stop asking me questions if I want to share my data, man. God damn it. Where are you from? My ethnicity is Nepalese, but my family, I was born and raised in Australia, so Sydney. Tim says, as someone who rewatched the earlier lives in the last week to get up to speed on lore, can confirm lots of progress in under 50 days. Hey, let's go. Good to know it ain't just in my head, man. Good to know it ain't just in my head. How much money do you plan to set for Auto App Factory? I'm looking at about 100 a month in terms of costs. Hey, King Dynasty, you Nepalese as well? Sop tiksa, hey. Dimrokiza. My Nepalese is a bit broken, alright? Because I was born and raised in Australia. So, hey, don't be saying no complex shit, but I can say a few things here and there. Just saying this isn't a product or anything, it's just something I built. Can people in you here review it? If you want to review shit, throw it in the show off channel in Discord. And if I got time later in the live stream, I'll have a look, bro. I'll give you some critical feedback. Nah, I'm English, but I like Nepalese girls. What the hell? I know enough to get by. Damn, that's the first that I've heard. I like Nepalese girls. Damn, that's definitely a first for me. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't heard anyone specifically say that they like Nepalese girls. Right, that is very much so a first. You're funny, bro. Two questions. What top AI coding tools are doing for their design? This helps me propose something that stands out rather than blends in. The browse tool needs a one-time build, 10 seconds to take screenshots. If not, I'll use web search. Research competitors, but skip browse setup. I mean, yeah, we can go like this. If it's too much effort, we can skip it. Model default GD4, keep review model for background only, keep. Okay, nice. Approved. Let's build. Let me copy this. I'm gonna get Codex to review. I researched the landscape, cursor, windsurf, bolt, VO before I propose the design system. Want outside design voices. Codex evaluates against OpenAI's design, hard rules, plus litmus checks. A Claude sub-agent does an independent design direction proposal. Gives us 3 perspectives to synthesize from. Oh, dude, love that. Dude, GStack is pretty freaking cool, man. I'm in the App Factory waitlist. Do you think it'll be a return on investment buying it when it comes out? I mean, I wouldn't be selling something if I didn't think it was a return on investment, bro. But obviously, like where it is now, I don't think it's ready. I don't really want to release this until it's at a point where I feel like, okay, you know, it's consistently being able to produce apps. And you know, each app is essentially a lottery ticket, and it could generate real revenue. It's up to you guys. And you know, in the future, I'll be adding additional things like autonomous marketing and things like that. But it's completely, to start off with, it'll be up to you guys to market those apps. So how you want to market it is up to you. I'd recommend using the Larry skill with Openclaw. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to make this worthwhile. Because at the end of the day, if it isn't, then I probably won't even sell it. It needs to work for me. And you know, the live streams is a very transparent way to showcase that. You know, if it works for me, you guys are gonna know about it. Whoa, what's going on there? Okay, there we go. Toxin scan, okay. What's going on now? What's going on in idea queue? I don't think the AI ideate button actually works properly, because even though I selected one, you can see now after maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's come up with 5 completely new ideas. So we need to double down on that AI ideation button working correctly. I knew that was going to happen too. Look at the logs. Are there any AI agents that can market for you out right now? Yeah, there's if you connect the Larry skill to Openclaw, it can autonomously generate AI slideshows and post them for you on TikTok. And you can actually code it to do Instagram as well. Aesthetic. Let me, because I have no idea what that even looks like. So let me just copy this, paste it into Gemini. Generate a UI design. Terminal design. Mock up with Let's see how that looks. What would you start with if you are starting today with 100 to 250 to spare with a gaming PC? Can run local LLMs without any network. Local LLMs aren't really there yet, man. I was talking to Vince about this the other day. He uses a few. Oh, that looks good. If you have 100 to 250, you can just use the Claude Max plan, man. Do that monthly subscription. I guarantee you it'll be enough for you, bro, especially if you're just starting out. My previous plan covered. Let me say, lay everything out. Didn't have the count argument at this point. The button did nothing. I knew it. So I have more. I have more to share from our chat. I'm in the app fat nose night mocking graduation bear lol. I used a lot of offline LLMs for work, army, and they're not very good compared to online. Damn, King Dynasty, man. Bro, I've just like constructed a profile of what you look like now. This guy works in the army. He likes Nepalese girls. He is English. Like, dude, it's painting a picture, bro. It's painting a picture, man. Hey, Cozy, brother. What are you doing here, man? Shouldn't you be? I don't know what you should be doing, man. But you're not joining the live streams lately, so clearly not watching me. I don't know what you're doing, but you're not watching the live streams. That's for sure. Don't profile me. This is a thorough breakdown. 6 fixes all make sense. The priorities I see. This is a separate effort from the research data loss fix we just did. Want me to implement these in the workspace, or should this go to a new one? Give me a review. Any findings, including you already said above. Just add it together. All right, we got like 3 AI agents running at the same time right now. Feels good. Feels good. All right, I'm just gonna go bathroom real quick. Who you got winning March Madness? As in, out of it, all the AIs? Duo code. 2 minds, 1 billion answer. Runs Claude and Codex in parallel on every prompt. Dude, why is this really freaking good? What the hell? Yo, can I just say this is a one shot? 2 minds, 1 billion answer. Switch to dark mode, what's that look like? Oh, I don't like the dark mode though. I will just have to disagree. Let me just change that. For the dark mode, can we go for a more like coal black and like white monotone sort of layout? I think that looks cooler with the dark mode. Almost copying a bit of Cursor. Light mode is great, but yeah, I think for dark mode we can go much more monotone and maybe have one highlight color that's a bit more glowy. But yeah, keep it dark. Think neon backlit. Not neon actually. Think backlit. Subtle glows to enhance. But this is pretty good for a one shot, I'm not gonna lie. 2 minds, 1 doobie. Dark mode is ugly, yeah, for real. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Dude, that looks so cool. Damn. Look at that. When both AIs are thinking, 2 shapes, coral and teal, pulse in parallel, when then merge, a lilac bloom appears. Dude, that looks freaking sick. Rotating placeholders in Francis Italic tell the user you belong here. Dude, this is freaking cool. This is definitely the best one shot I've ever done. Hands down. Claude thinking Codex. Are you using Claude OAuth with Conductor? Yes, sir. Needs like an iOS dark mode. Yeah, I agree. Dude, this is cool. Build. Okay, and then you've got the different kind of things here. I like it. Here's your login page. Claude cost, Codex costs, tokens used. Dude, this is fantastic. The amount of time that I would save from this tool, I'm actually amazed. I'm really, really impressed. All right, let's give this a refresh. Now we should be able to see the dark mode. Can't see the dark mode. Design change much, if at all. I'm looking at the preview. Yo, silly, I see you stopped hanging out on Dio Burrow channel. Seems he stopped trying to make money and just doing random shit, Keck. I haven't looked into Dio Burn in a while, actually. He was going pretty solid. What's going on with Dio Burn? Dio Burrow or whatever his name is. I remember when I very first started the whole live streams, he was actually ahead of me in terms of like viewership and everything. And recently I've like surpassed him. And yeah, he's not really showing up anymore. I don't know why. I feel like he works really hard. But I don't know. Maybe it's like a work hard, not smart kind of thing. I'm looking at his content right now. He live streams a lot, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's burnt out a little. He used to do 12-hour live streams. Now it's down to like 4 or 5 hours. Which was his whole brand, right? Vibecoding 12 hours a day until I become a billionaire. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of gone a bit stale. I don't know what's wrong. I think maybe he went a bit too hard. He's doing Minecraft. What the hell? Are you still trying to reach 100K? Of course, bro. I don't know. That's a bit weird. I don't know what happened. Maybe he lost steam. I was really impressed with how he was able to vibe code for that long every single day. I was a bit like, damn. But yeah, I feel like maybe he was working hard, not smart, because you can kind of see that I've like got multiple different ways of getting viewership. It's like I'm live streaming, but I'm also making short form content every day. I'm also making long form content. I'm also, you know what I mean? Like I'm also in the Discord. Like, I don't know. I feel like you got to be multifaceted. It's only you and Bridgemind still going? Really? Dude, that's really interesting. It's like there was this wave of live streamers that came in and then a bunch of them got washed out. Have you tried out Stitch for iOS? What's your plan on it? I haven't tried out Stitch, but just from talks in the Discord, I've heard community members not really liking it that much. Here's what it looks like right now. The hell? Oh no, I put this in the wrong thing. I messed up. I put the prompt in the wrong chat. Damn it. I hope that doesn't mess it up. We're on a bit of a roll there. I got into the vibe coding scene late. I only know you and Bridge. There's many vibe live streamers, you just don't know them. Who else is out there? Nose Knight. Besides, you don't learn much from a vibe coder to be watching him live, to be honest. Which font are you using? For which one? Which project? Duo Code? I don't actually know. Oh, here, it says it here. Satoshi, Francis, and Jet's Brain Mono. Yo, I feel like I've just fried this chat. Like, well and truly fried this chat. I'll let it wait. Let's go back to App Factory. Let me just wrap my head around what's happened here. Wait, oh, I've fully messed it all up, haven't I? Oh, dude. Mate. Okay, I see what I've done here. I'm actually fried right now. I'm proper fried. I understand what's happened. So what I need to do for this, I need to paste it in here. I just used the wrong chats for everything. I don't know why. Can I change the names? Yes, I can. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I've actually fried this. Okay, let's go. So this is the, I'm going to rename to QFixer. QFixer. This is Codex Reviewer. This is, I don't even know what this one is anymore. What are we working on here? Yeah, this was regarding Codex's review. So did I even send this to the Codex chat? Yes, I did. So let me just rename this to Codex build. Okay, now that they're all labeled, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Canceling is taking a very long time here. I feel like I've fried it. So we've got a dark mode now, which looks ugly, but it's alright, we can fix that. Let me actually say, I just installed the UI, the front-end design skill. Can we run the app factory through that and see what it comes up with? How about you create a Discord so we can share what we are working on? It would help with testing and reviews. How about you do some research, because there already is a Discord. How about that, Jerome? Or Jerem, or whatever your name is. Dude. How long is this going to cancel for? What if I went and switched like... What are the options here? If I close this, I'll wait for this to run and then I'll close it and I'll open it again. Doobie doesn't even help his own community. I've helped like 5 people with their Openclaw issues faster and better than the so-called bot that Vincent did. Good for you, Nose Knight. Appreciate you, gang. Nose Knight, the GOAT for real. Let me just get Codex back up. There we go. Worked. Refresh data and toggle the dark mode. Okay. Ooh, doesn't look that different. Looks the same to be honest, but okay. Codex build. If it worked, focus flow would please restart so we can see it working. We got a bunch of new apps here. Toxin scan. Instantly identify plants from a photo. Wait, what? And get critical toxicity information to protect your family and pets. Oh, that's not a bad idea. But I don't know. I don't love that idea. No app pass. A privacy-first digital wallet that uses AI to scan and store essential information from physical cards or temporary digital logins, eliminating the need to download single purchase apps for one-off interactions. Anyone frustrated by app fatigue with overloaded subscriptions everywhere? What? This idea sounds bad. A privacy-first digital wallet that uses AI to scan the store and store essential information from physical cards or temporary digital logins, eliminating the need to download single-purpose apps. Okay. Switch to dark mode. That is nicer. That is a lot nicer. I like that. Clean. Looks good. We can work on the orange being a bit mellow, but yeah. Ship it. Okay, codex build. Q fixer. With codex review. Now let's put this into Q fixer and paste. Looks cleaner, doobie. Cheers, bro. Did you see the Life OS vibe coded? That's what I want to make with Lane OS. Temple OS, the goat, Neil. Man, you guys are crazy. Raw Tiz, how you doing, bro? What are we working on? Working on our app factory right now. Okay, it's getting a refresh. Let's see if all the information comes back in. Now, as it's doing this, I've realized that a restart button would be beneficial here. A community meetup in real life. Dude, we'd have to be a lot bigger than that. I'm based in Sydney, Australia though, so... Pretty sure most of you guys are America, EU, right? You think I should stick with the dark mode? Nah, I disagree. I think a combination of both. We can make the dark mode better, but I think the light mode looks really good. I really like this synthesizing thing. Cheeky 15-hour drive south for a community meetup. I'm down, haha. Silly's from Canada. Vince already convinced me we're going to do a Sydney meetup. Yeah, I'm in San Francisco. Have you ever thought about moving to San Francisco for the tech here? I mean, I'd be lying if I said I never considered it, but definitely open to visiting more than moving. Moving's a big deal, man. Especially like I got my girlfriend here, I've got my family here. I could see myself maybe moving for a year or something, but nothing permanent. Maybe we set it as a target. If the Discord community hits like 5,000 people, then we do like a big meetup. I don't want to move to the States right now. I'm comfy here right now. I mean, Canada's nice, bro. I've heard a lot of good things about Canada. I really want to go to Canada, actually. I feel like Canadians and Australians are quite similar. Copy this, put it into Codex Reviewer. Review failed. Sending back to build 1.8. That's shocking. Is that the Codex's opinion? Because that is tough. Fixer, give me branch and commit ID. Toronto got opportunities? Yeah. Dude, Toronto, I really want to go to Toronto. Visit the Rockies if you get a chance, okay? I live near Toronto in Ontario. I love my hockey and box lacrosse. That's so Canadian, bro. Here it's like what? We got rugby. Rugby. That was my Japanese accent, if anyone was wondering. Oh, way easier to identify each of these now that they're named. all is working, then why is mind flow still in the queue when focus flow has been added to active projects? They were both the same project. It just changed names for some reason, and that's a common theme. Every time something goes into the active projects, the name actually changes. I submitted Intentra. It's now called, what's it called? Mind Match or something? Match Mind. It's now called Match Mind. Also alright, one at a time. World's getting crazy, man. Lol, I'm Israeli and I'm just in the shelter 24/7. Damn, bro. That's crazy. Bro, getting bombed hits harder than beer and maple, trust me. I mean, at least you got Wi-Fi. Shit. That's crazy, bro. I'm not a huge cricket fan. I'm more like soccer. "14 review issues, damn." This is good though, this means it's working. As tough as that is to see, a 1.8. What's your favorite pre-market team? Nah, I'm not that into footy. I'm not that into footy. It was just when I was traveling in Europe, I was watching the Euro Cup, Euro League. I went to like the Spain game. Spain and I think it was France. Dude, I saw Mbappe just like suck. But yeah, I don't really support like a team or anything. Bro, I'm more pissed off that I ran out of Gemini 3.1 Pro credits than the bombs, lol. That's crazy. Using the Mac Mini? Yes, sir. This is the Mac Mini right now that you can see. Looks like it worked. Now, one thing that I did notice is how long it took to restart, right? And this is kind of a recurring theme that I'm noticing. So can we actually implement a restart button on the dashboard that completely restarts everything and takes us back to its previous state after the restart is finished? This kind of might help speed things up if we have to do this again, and it also could be handy for the user to want to do this manually if something breaks visually. got more to review. Add it to your original findings above. So I can send to Claude in one go. Dude, the Israeli beam is crazy, bro. Damn. Type prompt below. Claude and Codex will think in parallel, then synthesize the best answer. Alright. It's disconnected right now. Can we make this an app that works locally? Just like all coding tools, just like most IDEs. Looking good. Did you see the new Claude update for Mac OS? Which one was it? The one they released a few hours ago? I remember seeing it, but I don't remember. Let's look at our downloads real quick. 25? 25? No, not quite. We're still on 20. Didn't get any downloads. Ooh, passed the build. Verification failed. Again. Okay, finally got rid of the mind flow one. Ooh, looks good. The dark mode button doesn't work top right. The expand, minimize, and the other toggles on the top left are overlapping. It says disconnected on the bottom right, but I don't see anywhere to actually add the credentials. Just do a review of everything, make sure it works, you know? Or maybe once it's active, we can get it to review itself. We want this whole thing to be intuitive by nature. Commit and push everything. If I give this a refresh. It's got 2 plant ideas here already, like. I like, what is it? These identifier apps are cool. I'm seeing 2 plant options though. You know what I mean? In the queue, I'm noticing 2 plant. I mean, I can just get rid of them. I want to test deleting an idea. Please observe while I press the button. Are you ready? Probably say get rid of plant RX. There we go. Got this error. No module named Sheldon. Alright, once this is done, I'm probably going to run the auto researcher Kapathy tool on it. Interesting. Can you install this so we can run it on Duo code? Looking good, Doobie. Cheers, bro. The GitHub link that I have just sent you is actually a plugin for Claude. It's called Auto Research. It's by Kapathy. Like the UI design skill. Now run Auto Researcher and just find ways to make Duo code the best user-friendly, non-technical coding developer environment out there. Run experiments with the goal of improving the UI and UX for non-technicals to build and create anything. Think about user flow, onboarding, configurations, tool use, GitHub integrations, etc. Let's try this out, guys. So what I'm doing right now might be a bit weird, but I've just installed the Auto Researcher skill by Kapathy, and we are now going to basically get it to experiment loop, but for UI UX optimization instead of multi-language learning. Because the skill was actually built to train your AI models by running experiments, and whatever works, it keeps. So I'm gonna try and use it for Duo code, and we can see if it actually comes out better or not. What up, Vince? Okay, let's have a look. There's a restart button, cool. We've got Q Fixer here. Whoa, this looks cool. So now I can go ahead and just bin toxin scan. Nice. Go ahead and bin this. Nice. So it shows these mini bars. It's actually really cool. I like that. Nice. Cool. Review failed again. I reckon it could be cool if I press restart right now. I just pressed the restart button and nothing happened. No overlay or screen to show it worked. Okay, it works now. Dude, Chinese has their own anime, bro. Dude, the Chinese make really good animes, man. Like, I'm watching this one called Scissor 7 right now. It is low-key one of the best animes I've ever watched. It's so good. Yeah, Chinese anime is really good. What are you watching, Nose Knight? Dude, Sea Dance 2 is on another level, bro. I've seen it make really cool anime fight scenes out of like one sentence. Vibecoding plus run more ads is the greatest meta I've ever seen. Almost as peak as crypto in 2020, 2021, but that was way easier. Is that what you're doing, Money Mike? Any luck? Shake my head. What are you doing with auto researches for local models? That's not true. It is built for local models, but you can actually use it for anything. You can use it to improve designs for your app as well. The whole concept can be stolen to reuse the loop and experiments. Come on, Nose Knight. Come on, bro. What's my top 3 favorite anime? Alright. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a One Piece fan. I don't think you guys have seen, but I literally got Chopper on my arm. As you can see right there, I got Chopper on my arm, so I'm a huge One Piece fan. But then number 2 is probably gotta be Bleach. I really like Bleach. Man, top 3. Top 3 is hard. And then it's probably gotta be Jujutsu and then Demon Slayer. Top 4. I'll give you 4. Yeah, I give you 4. Obviously, you can see my profile pic. Big Jujutsu Kaisen fan. Yeah, doing good. Yeah, I'm selling digital products and also my SAS goes live soon. Nice. Are you on profit right now or you're capping, Ninja? Hey, Nose Knight, look into it, bro. Why would I cap? When do I ever cap? Refresh. Now press restart. Restart the dashboard and all factory workers. Current project state is preserved, but any in-flight task will restart. Nice. So if I press this, damn, it was that quick. Restart. It happened.
very quick. Are you sure it actually worked? When you tried to restart, the server took ages to come back online. Feels fake. Continue the loop. See, it just worked in the flesh, Nose Knight. Dude, I used to play Hearthstone all the time. Yeah, I'm profitable on the digital product store, but bleeding on the SaaS till I start running ads and launch. You seen Attack on Titan? Bro, Attack on Titan is so good. I always try to recommend Attack on Titan to people who have never watched anime before, because it gets into it straight away and it shows them how crazy anime can get. Because a lot of people think it's just like kiddie cartoons, right? Dude, Battlegrounds is fun. I'm more of an arena guy. But yeah, I haven't played in ages. It's been like 2 years. Manually untangling a bad state. The new button does a control local handoff, so it should be quick when the system is healthy. Okay. So in a bad state, would the restart fix that? We want a hard restart, not soft. Shuts everything off. And back on. Like and off and on switch. Okay, cool. We made some decent improvements today. Focus flow is going back and forth in the review stage, telling us that it's actually working. All the ninjas, including Doobie himself, talking about new anime, haven't seen Monster. Bro, Monster. Solo leveling was good. I reckon, nah, if we're talking about older anime, dude, I literally said Bleach, bro. We got Naruto, bro. Naruto was the shit. We've got Death Note. That shit was good. What else was there? Steins Gate. We've got Once Upon a Time in the Abyss. We've got like Cowboy Bebop. You should know mine. Let me look at your PFP. I actually don't. I don't know what yours is. Bleach is so good, bro. Solo leveling was hella good too. Freeren, yo, I couldn't get into Freeren. Is Freeren actually good, guys? I watched one episode and I couldn't get into it. Okay, now you're talking. Steins Gate is peak, so is Death Note, etc. There we go. See, Nose Knight, come on, bro. Have a little faith, bro. Have a little faith, yeah? You little ninja. You little ninja, you. Alright. Codex build. Not fully. What exists now is a runtime restart. That is stronger than a pause resume, but it's not a full power cycle yet. What it does not currently do. So if the app factory is in a mild, the current restart should help. In a not, it can still miss things. If you want true turn off switch behavior, I'd change this to a real hard restart flow. Guarantee from the current button, and it sounds like that what you actually want. Yes. Yes, keep going. Stop asking me. I want you to run all night long. See Nose Night? Vagabond? Yo. Vagabond's good. It's insanely good. My top 2 for a reason. Damn, Freerun is actually that good? I hated on it, but now I've seen it all. So when does it get good though, Money Mike? Because I watched an episode and I was like, meh. Like, is it 3 episodes in? I also liked Black Clover, I'm not gonna lie. Some people don't like it, but I think Black Clover is pretty good too. What am I building? I'm building an autonomous app factory alongside a custom developer terminal. Insanely good. It gets good like 3-4 episodes in. Is it like an action, or is it more like a romance? Is kind of what I was trying to gauge. Oh, yo, build to complete, transitioning to review. Let's see. Hopefully the review agrees. Verification skipped. Still getting this error. Do you have the 47K with the app factory? No, this is new. We've only just built this. You can read the description, bro. It gives you a full breakdown. I did the same, watched half of the episode 1, then came back to it, gave it a chance. No, it's action and deep story, not romance. I don't watch those personally. Yeah, me neither. That's why I was like kind of off it. Damn, all right. Yo, Money Mike. Money Mike, man. I think you might put me on. You might have put me on. I'm actually going to watch it. I might watch it with my girlfriend. Let's see. Dude, Vagabond is amazing. I literally have the book. I've only read the first 3 volumes, but I got the book.
also got this one. I got Berserk. I don't know if you guys are keen on Berserk, but I got the Berserk volume as well, which is insane. Wait, what? What's going on? I need to pause. The delete button works fine, but look, now the new app has come into active projects and the prev app is no longer there. Something is off. Is it due to the 3 tries in review failing? Please have a look. What's the URL for Sway? It's a app. It's in the Solana mobile Dapp store. If you look in the first, maybe day 10, day 5 to 10, you can find it. We have a bigger problem at hand. The codex reviewer, I'm not sure if it is too strict, but I noticed that we got this message, right? And as I was sending it to you, the app just completely disappeared. And now we have a new app in the active projects, even though the previous app hasn't even been submitted to the App Store yet, which completely broke our app factory flow. New update available, what the hell? Let's see what it said. Did 3 review cycles and scored only on the last review. The orchestrator hit the max review cycles. Okay. So I think what happened is, this is what I think. So this is what has happened. Part of me feels like the reviewer might be too strict. Okay, I've got Codex handling that. Next thing, I pressed pause on the app factory, but the active project seems to continue building and going through the phases. Dude, if Vagabond comes out with the anime, that'll be like the best thing ever.
Checking the specific critical items in the live focus flow code so I can separate real blockers from codex overreach. Let's see what it said. Stop, no process found, but there's a Claude session still running. That's the build review phase for no app. Pass continue on its own. Needs to also kill child process, but that's a bigger fix for right now. Do you want me to kill the orphaned Claude process so the build actually stops, or let it finish since it's already running? All good then. Damn, 5,000 lines of code has been changed. See, dude? The auto researcher, man. It's good. Experiment 40. Like, dude. Got settings. It's cool. Hi, the disappearance new app behavior is real and it's currently by design. Would not call codex a primary problem here. The latest focus flow review was harsh, but several top issues are real from the live code secret. Still verify noise from open router credit failures in build, but that is a separate problem. Is factory policy, not reviewer strictness. A blocked but unsubmitted app should not quietly disappear from the. Let's keep the blocked apps in a highlighted red on the active projects tab. User can expand on a report as to why it is blocked and decide whether to continue or not. I also think 3 reviews might be too low. We should bump it to 5. Let's also check that the Claude builder is even receiving the review notes. From my own experience, usually 1 or 2 reviews is enough. So this is out of the ordinary. Let's archive some of these. This week and then I'd like. Build is told to read state.md, but it isn't explicitly told here are the review issues you must fix first. I'm checking the actual build session logs now to see whether Claude acted on those notes anyway or basically ignored them. I knew it. It's always something deeper than it looks. Problem solving. What experiment are we up to here? Experiment 48. Dude, this is sick. It's just gone ahead and done 50 experiments for me. Nice. How much money on tokens have you spent so far? Probably close to, I mean, this month is around $1,000. $56 experiments completed. 6,000 plus lines of code. Nice. Oh, it's done its experiments. Damn. 59 experiments all kept. The app is running clean. Let's have a look. Cool. Dark mode, not working. Settings button not working. Dark mode toggle, traffic light, overlap, new workspace button, real CLI detection, syntax highlighting, plus copy toast notification, GitHub integration, repo browse modal with search, direct mode toggle. Workspace path sanitization, reliability, polish and docs, design. I would say that the dark mode toggle still doesn't work.
the settings doesn't work. How would I add an additional instance? Doesn't seem to work. It's having server connected issues. Claude CLI, Codex CLI, GitHub CLI. It's checking for all of them. None of the boxes are ticked. Server connected has a cross on it. Let's do another round, except let's focus purely on the actual functionality of the app. And let's make sure every single button works, because right now I'm clicking buttons, nothing was working. So let's do another round of auto research, specifically on experiments around every single functionality and feature and button that is in this app. And let's make sure that it works. Do not add additional features. We just want to make sure what we have is working. All right. Thanks for the info. Love your channel and what you do. Keep up the inspiration. Oh, I appreciate you, family love. Thanks. Okay then. All right, I'm going to end the stream here, guys. I'm just going to let the auto researcher run, and I'm going to let Codex do its thing. I think it's a pretty big prompt, so I'm just going to let that run on its own. But thanks for joining. I think we got a lot done. I think we also broke a fair bit, but it was necessary to break. There's a lot of small little features that we did, like the restart button. We've added the delete, make sure that the delete button works properly. The AI ideate button actually works now properly without failing. The queue now actually properly researches everything. We did a fair bit today. We also started a new project called Duocode. I'm not loving the name, but we're gonna explore that a bit further. Rich Ducat just popping in as I'm leaving. Man, you're gonna have to rewatch the live, bro. We actually got quite a bit done today. But yeah, thanks for joining us today. Family love, Nose Knight, your dog, Automator, Golify, Black Diamond, Money Mike. Thanks for telling me about your money making strategies, bro. Silly Lad, still don't know what your freaking PFP is. Oh, it's from Steins Gate. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. I think. KKO Daxt. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, O-Kick. Thank you, God of Voltage. Hope everything's all good over where you are. Thank you, Slyfawn, if you're still around. Vince, appreciate you. Bime, Tim. I'll catch you all. Peace out. Roritz. Jerome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace out, guys. I'll see you next live stream. Bye.